Guys and gals, settle in because we are in store for match number 3 here at Just Wrestling 6, the final battle.
Syther versus Chungus.
One half of Annihilation, Chungus, Chunkston, Ohio, trained at the Crypt Wrestling Training Facility. Go back in, and you do, and again, and again.
Look what we have here. Our first participant for match 3, one half of Annihilation, Big Chungus, and his opponent, the other half of Annihilation, Syther. And let it be known that Syther very eagerly offered up his willing participation in this match. Gotta say, I never expected this match to start with a wrestling hold. There you see Chungus sending Syther down with a handful of hair, and there a blatant handful of hair from Syther. A headlock takeover, taking the smaller of the two members of Annihilation down. Chungus definitely has the size advantage. And a big judo-style headlock takeover sends Syther right back down to the mat. Chungus and Syther, these tag partners of Annihilation, they're chaotic and they're violent, but they are bound by some warped brotherhood. And look at Syther now biting into his opponent, sinking his teeth into the hand of Chungus like a rabid dog. And Chungus retaliates with a big chop. Syther with a chop of his own. These guys are going to tear into each other. Wow! Chungus throws a forearm like a meteor strike. Whatever teeth are left, whatever teeth were left in Syther's mouth may just have been booted to the outside of the ring. It doesn't appear like either of these guys are going to hold back on each other. Tag team partners or not. Another handful of hair. We're looking to send Syther in with a pop. Nope, Syther wriggles out. Big duck by Syther. And another forearm of his own. Shots to the belly, trying to cut the big man down like a big oak tree. Another chop in the corner. Chungus sending his partner flying back to the opposite corner. A roll through, but no, Syther is caught, set into the air, and face down with a sit-out face plant. Golly goodness. There's the cover. One, nope, not enough. Man, if unhinged violence was a love language, these two guys are going to be writing a romance novel with their fists. Chungus now just deliberately booting his tag team partner square in the mush. Being rallied on, and Syther, no, he catches the boot. Tangles Chungus into the ropes. Big knife edge chop, big knife edge chop. He's just trying to chop this big tree down still. And a thunderous big boot knocks Syther to the ground, face first. Going for that lateral press. 1, 2, a 2 count this time. One has to wonder how much of the larger man's offense Syther can take. The guy's got a threshold for pain unlike I have ever seen. Having recently ended my managerial services for Annihilation, I think I got to know these guys pretty well. As well as you can get to know two nut jobs like these two. And I'd say they belong in a straitjacket, but they'd probably chew their way out of it and beat each other with the straps. Normally in a tag match against Annihilation, man, you just survive the match. You don't necessarily win or lose. You just wake up later wondering where your kneecaps went. Chungus now with another cover. He is just battering away at Syther and right back to that neck screw. Looks like he's trying to dislodge a couple of vertebrae. Syther looks to be fighting for his life. If unmedicated rage and unresolved trauma formed a tag team, it would be these two maniacs. And for some reason, I thought they'd maybe hold back, considering that they are still an active tag team. Yet I have seen full-blown riots in Tijuana that were more civilized than this match so far. Syther going for that roll through and delivers with a headbutt right to the breadbasket. Syther now climbing to the middle rope. And a not enough to keep the big man down. There you see the unhinged frustration showing on behalf of Syther. Maybe found his second wind here. Could be going for that finishing maneuver he calls the abracadabra, but no! Chungus was one step ahead of him, and now Chungus going for his patented finishing maneuver, that package pile driver. And Syther going back to doing what he knows best, taking a giant chunk out of Chungus. Ooh, Chungus meets Syther right at the ropes with a big back elbow. And Syther retaliates with a back elbow that sends Chungus down, down, down. He's measuring the big man up, going for the abracadabra, and he delivers. That's all she wrote for Chungus. 1, 2. How in the hell? Sweet cream on an ice cream sandwich. I would have bet money that that was the victory for Syther, but somehow Chungus kicking out of Syther's patented hold. What on earth is Syther thinking here? Going for a powerbomb, a pile driver? Chungus reverses, and Syther rolls through. And Chungus now with a handful of ears throws his tag team partner into the corner, charging in, and a face full of boots. Syther once again going to the top, and a leapfrog over his opponent, and Syther, he's caught. Oh no. A hammer drill driver. Cue up the fat lady because it is over for Syther. The 1, 2, 3. Folks, I've seen street fights, bar brawls, and one very tense HOA meeting, but this was just legalized brutality. This wasn't just an exhibition match. This was a live therapy session with fists, and we just watched years of dysfunction unravel in real time. You know, when I was gearing up to do commentary for this match, match 3, I thought perhaps we'd witness athletic competition, an exchange of holds, but no, what we got just now was a ritual sacrifice with a referee. There was no game plan here, no finesse. This wasn't just a wrestling match. This was a demolition derby conducted by lunatics with major unresolved issues.